Hey everyone, my name is Riley and this video is a step-by-step ClickFunnels tutorial for beginners. Now I will show you absolutely everything that you need to know to get started with ClickFunnels. Starting out with the basics like signing up and getting a 14-day free trial, connecting up a professional domain and connecting up payment providers so that you can actually make money on ClickFunnels. I will then show you how you can add and create products inside of ClickFunnels, showing you how you can create a course, how you can create a community, and any other type of digital product that you might want to create and sell. I will then take you through step by step and show you how you can build your first funnel on ClickFunnels using landing pages to collect emails, sales pages to sell your product, and checkout pages so that people can buy your product. And then finally, we will finish off this tutorial by diving into the email marketing section of ClickFunnels, where I will show you how you can craft and create beautiful emails, as well as setting up an automated email sequence to be sent out on autopilot. So if you are new to ClickFunnels and you don't want to be spending hours on YouTube clicking around on various tutorials, or even worse, buying a program that is going to teach you how to use ClickFunnels, all of that information is going to be included in this free tutorial. All I ask in return is that when you sign up to ClickFunnels, you do so using the top link in the description. That is an affiliate link, and anytime somebody signs up for ClickFunnels using that link, I will earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. There is also a benefit to using that link on your end because you get a 14-day free trial. This video is also timestamped in the description, so if there are any sections that you want to rewatch or any sections that you want to skip over, you can do that either by using the timestamps in the description or scrolling along on the YouTube playbar. Without further ado, let's jump right in. When we go over to ClickFunnels right here, this is going to give us access to a 14-day free trial of ClickFunnels. So we can click on start your free trial, and then in here, we just enter in our name and the email address that we would like to sign up with. We then click on continue, and then the final step is this payment screen right here. So we just enter in our card information, and if you don't like ClickFunnels for whatever reason and you do want to cancel, then you can try this out for free and then cancel before the end of the trial. So from here, we can just go ahead and click start my free trial. And just like that, we now have our ClickFunnels account and we are ready to get started with ClickFunnels. The first thing that we need to do when we are inside of a brand new account is we want to connect up a professional domain. To do this, just go down to workspace settings in this bottom left corner and open this up. And then from this left-hand menu, you should see this option for domains. So we want to go ahead and click into this. And the reason that we want to change this is because right now, if I want to send people to ClickFunnels, this is going to be my link. This random bunch of numbers and letters .myclickfunnels.com. This is certainly not the most professional and one of the most important things when we are building out a funnel or we are selling a course or we are doing anything that you want to on ClickFunnels. The most important thing is going to be the trust that people have with your brand. And with a link like this, it's just not very trustworthy. Like, I certainly wouldn't be clicking on this link and I doubt you would be either. So to connect a professional domain, we have two options. If you already have a professional domain through Namecheap or GoDaddy or another domain hosting provider, then we can connect up the existing domain using this button right here. So we just click on this and then we can go through and connect up the domain that we already have. Or alternatively, if you do not yet have a domain, we want to go up to buy domain right here, and then we can enter in the domain that we would like to buy. So as an example, I can go for like GeForceNorth123.com. We just enter that in right there. And when buying a domain, you always want to go for .com. It is by far the most trustworthy domain. And even, for example, I am in the UK, so I might think .co.uk would be better, right? No, even if we are selling in the UK, we still want to go for a .com domain. So once we have that filled in, we can click on search right here. And then this domain is going to be added into our basket. So all we have to do is go down and click on continue. And then we can go through and we can actually buy this domain. Once we have our professional domain added, the next thing that we need to do is connect up a payment provider so that we can process payments through ClickFunnels. If we don't set this up now, later down the line, when we try to add products to the store, it's going to give us this message and basically say, hey, you can't set any kind of pricing for this until you have set up payments. So let's tackle this early on and set up payments right now. To set up payments, all we need to do is go to the apps area right here and click on this plus icon to add an app. So we click on this, and then we want to go to Payments AI right here. Click on this, and that is now going to open up. So we just want to click on Add App, and it's going to take us over to the login screen. And this is where we can set up Payments AI. So you just want to go through on this screen, and it will show you step by step all of the information that we need to add here. So just go through and set up Payments AI. And then once you have that set up and connected, we can go back to ClickFunnels. And the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to add our products. Now, to create a course or a community or a mentorship program or anything like that, what we want to do is once again, go over to apps right here and click on this plus icon to add an app. And then if we go down, we can see courses right here. Now, we already have a community. If you want to create this, we already have this right here. But if we want to create a course, then we just go here and add the app. When creating a course, it's going to ask for the course type. And we have a simple course, so a simple one module course. We have a drip course to drip content out to customers. I don't really like any of these, and I prefer to go with custom. So we just set that up right there. And from here, it's now going to ask us for the course details. So I'm just going to call this Instagram Growth Mastery. We can then go down and we can add a description to this. So you can either type out the description, or ClickFunnels has an awesome AI tool that you can use to write this for you. So we can click into this and it's going to open up the AI at the side. So we can go down and either use this basic prompt, but I don't really like this. So we can go in and enter our own prompt. So I just said, write me a course description for my Instagram Growth Mastery course, showing people how to gain their first 100,000 followers on Instagram. So we can enter that in right there. And then we have this written for us. So we just copy and paste, and then we can add that in. And then we can also add a course image right here. Now, I don't have any specific course images selected, but what we can do is just click in and then we can add our own image. So we just go here and upload images. And as an example, I will just add my channel logo in. So we can add that and then go to next step. And then it looks like the description is a little bit too long. So we can just maybe go in and delete some of this just like that. And then next step. And it's now going to go ahead and create our course. So we are now inside of the course area, and we have these options along the top. We have outline, where we can create the course. We have members, where we can see all of the members that are enrolled in the course. We can then see access, and we can choose how people are going to access the course. We will basically get product links right here. And then customize is all of the back-end customization if we want to go through and like change the theme and things like this. Then we can choose from any of these themes on how the course is going to show up. But I'm just going to leave this for now. And we want to go in and create the course. So we would just go to outline and then add a new module. And in here, we would go through and create this. So I'm just going to call this module 1. Welcome to the course. We can add a description and an image, but I'm just going to leave this. And then we can create this module. And that module is now created. We can then go through and add content right here. And we can choose if we want to add a lesson into this module, or if we want to create a new module. So I'll just create a new module right here and say module 2, the basics. Also, if you're wondering about this parent module, this is essentially how we can have a module inside of another module. So just to show you, if I create this without a parent module, you can see we just have 2 separate modules right here. But if I now go in and I add a new module, we say that this is just like module 3, whatever. And we set the parent module to module 1 and create this. You can see that this module is now going to be inside of another module. So you can basically create like module 1 and you can have modules inside and then lessons inside of that module within that. It's pretty hard to explain. Hopefully that does make sense, but I'm just going to go through and delete this for now. And we have these 2 modules right here. So all we have to do inside of the modules is click on add content. And then we can either add a submodule, which is basically the same thing as the parent module, or we can add a lesson. So let's add a lesson right here, and we can just call this welcome. and create the lesson. And then once that is created, we can click into this lesson right here and go ahead and edit this. So on the left-hand side, this is where we actually go ahead and add all of the information into this lesson. So this is things like adding a description, adding a lesson image, the main video of the lesson. So I would go in and select video, and then I can upload. And let's say I'm just going to find a short video that I created. Let's say it's this video right here. We just wait for this to upload. Once the video is uploaded, we can then go ahead and select this, and this is now added in. And then if we want to add audio file or anything like that, we can enter that in right there. And then this section in the middle is essentially going to show up under the video or the audio, whatever we added in here. So just to show you something that I could do is maybe I want to add like a quiz or a questionnaire. We can click into a new section, and then anything that you want to add in here, we can just go through and add from all of these different options. So we could add a text area and input type not selected. So we can go through and say the input type is custom. And then we could say your answer here. And then for the label text, we could go through and say like, what did you think of this course? This is just an example. It's not going to look the best. I just want to show you how this works. But we can basically add that in right there and add all of the questions or anything else that you want to add. And then if we click on save right here and close this down to actually view this lesson, so I can go and preview. And this is how the lesson is going to look. So people can go through, they are on this first lesson. The video is going to show up right here. And then down beneath, we have this section where they can enter in the answer of what they think of the course. Then once they have been through and watched this video, they mark as complete, and then they can move on to the next section on the course. So that is how we can create a course right there. We now just go through and add content. We can add lessons into here, choose the title, go through, add the video, all of that I just covered. As well as creating courses, we can also go through and create communities. So in the community section right here, we can go through and create a group. And as it says right here, groups act as community categories. So I could go through right here and we can add a group. And let's relate this to the course, Instagram Growth Mastery Group. Then once again, we can add an image into here. So I'm just going to select and upload this same image. We can also add an emoji if you want. And then we have permissions down here. So you can choose if you want to hide this from non-members, automatically add members to new topics, things like this. Post approval is not required. You can turn this on or off. But we can basically go through and create the group right here. Once the group is created, we can then go in and add different topics. So if I wanted to, if you've ever used Reddit, this is kind of like tags on Reddit. So we could go through and we could create a new topic, and we could say that this is Instagram Reels. And then this section within the community is going to be where me and my members can talk about Instagram Reels. So we can call this Instagram Reels. We can select an image, choose the access and permissions, and then create the topic. And then inside of topics, we have posts. So just to show you this once again, we have the overall community or the overall group. Then within the group, we have different topics that people can click into and read about. And then within the individual topics, we then have posts. So I can go through, and your members can also post to the group, of course, but we can go through and we can create posts right here. But just as an example, I'll create one more topic, and we can call this Instagram monetization. Just like this, and we can create the topic. And this topic is now going to be created. So if I just go back out and I view the group and see how this is going to look, this is how it's going to look right here. So inside of the group, people can basically come in. Of course, these will have images. It will look nice and beautiful, but they can then click into Instagram Reels and they will be able to see all of the posts. They can even write posts right here. So I can say like how to create more Reels content, and then I can just go through and type out the post, and then the post is going to show up right here. So this is the post. Your community can come along and they can like and they can comment. Basically, it acts almost like a Facebook group. That's a very good comparison. And that is how we can create communities. Now that we have our community and courses created, what we can now do is we can create a product around these. This product section is also going to be relevant for if you are selling like an ebook or a PDF or some kind of other digital download. We can set that up inside of products as well. So all we are going to do is go over to the products area, and all products. And the first thing that I will do in here is I'm just going to create a free ebook that I can use as a lead magnet to get people's emails. So in here, I can just click on create product. Then we have 3 different options of whether we want to create a digital product, a physical product, or a bundle. And the reason that the bundle is grayed out and unclickable is because we don't have any other products yet. So if we went ahead and created like 5 physical products that we wanted to bundle together, then once we have created the product, we can go into bundle and create these all as a bundle. But for now, we want to focus on digital or physical. So we can click into one of these and then we can choose the product name. So I'm just going to call this Marketing Mastery Ebook. And then we can add a description as well if you want to add a description. And once that is set up, we can then click on create product. We can then choose a price for this product. So we can either choose if this is a one-time payment. So I could say that this ebook is going to cost $9.99 as a one-time payment. We can also set up a subscription if we want to charge like monthly or every few months. So as an example, I could say like $50 every 3 months, or we could change to weeks, days, quarters, any of these. And we can also add a trial to this. So if we want to add a free trial, we can either go for a free or paid trial and just enter in the length of the trial right here. And then the final option that we have is a payment plan. So if we wanted to split this into 2 payments of, let's say, $25 each, we can say 6 months and 2 payments. So 2 payments of $25 every 6 months. Perfect. We could set that right there. But I'm just going to go back and set this to $9.99, and then we can set the price right here. And once that is set up, we will then be taken over to the product area. So in here, we can go down and we can add images if we want to. So I'm going to select an image and I'm going to search for my ebook. Then we can drop this in. So drop in the image that we would like to upload. And then we can drop this in right here. So select images. And now that is added. We can then scroll down and once again, we have pricing. So at any time with any of these products, what we can do is we can click into, I just make sure I save this. So update product. At any time on ClickFunnels, we can go into products right here. And then if you want to edit the price or the description or the title, we just click in and then we can edit all of these. So with the pricing, we would just go edit price and then we can change the price right here. What you can also do is you can make like multiple different pricing plans. So as an example, if I just go in and edit, and let's imagine this is a course that I'm selling for like $19.97, right? We can select that right there, and that price is going to update. And then I could add a second price right here and make this like a payment plan. So I could go for, let's say that this is a $500 payment plan. We say we get charged every 3 months and there are 4 payments to pay. And then we could go down and save. We can then go down to inventory and shipping. And with a digital product, you really don't need to worry about this at all. This is only for if this is a physical product. But an SKU is essentially stock keeping unit. It's just how you keep track of inventory. So we could put this as like 1. We could choose if this is going to require fulfillment, where we can track quantity. We can enter in the amount of quantity that we have. We can set that up right there. And then if this is a physical product, we can enter in the weight, the country of manufacture to help us track shipping. Then under purchase actions, this is essentially going to say, when somebody purchases this product, what do they get access to? So we can give them access to the course or the community, which we will in a second. But as this is an ebook, we want to go to digital asset access right here. And then we can upload the ebook or the digital asset. So I can click in and we'll just call this free ebook. I know I did charge for this, but I'm going to change that to free in a second. We would then add the product in right there. And then we can select this. And now when somebody purchases, they are going to get access to this digital product. But I'm just going to go back up and the final thing is just set this to free. Just like that, because this is our lead magnet. And perfect, we now have this as free. So we now have that marketing ebook set up. And the next thing that I want to do is set up a product for my courses and my community so that I can set a price for these. So I can go through and I can create one just for the course. I can create a product and price just for the community, or maybe I could even combine them both together and sell this as a complete mentorship package. So let's go through and do that. We can go in and create a product. And then for the product name, I'm going to call this Instagram Growth Mentorship Course. So this is going to be for the course. Then I can add a description. You know how to do this already. But then we can create product. And in here, we want to set a price. So I'm just going to set a regular price of $1,997 for my course. And then set the price right here. And then coming over to this area, what we might want to do is you can go through and, as I mentioned before, set up payment plans, add different pricing structures into here. But most importantly, we want to come down, and because this is not meant to be a mentorship course, this is just meant to be Instagram growth course. It's mastery, that's why. Okay, update product. And then we just want to go down and link the course to this so that when people buy, they get access to my course. So we go to course access right here, and we can set this up. So we get access to the course and click on save, and perfect. We now have this set up. Then maybe we want to go back and set one up for the community. So we go to create product, Instagram growth mastery community. We can then create this product as well. Let's say for the community, we are going to charge $2,499. And then we can set the price right here. And then all we are going to do is once again, just go down and go to community access, set that up, and then we can add that in there. And then finally, the last thing that I might want to add is a combination of both of these together and sell this as a mentorship. So once again, we just go create product and we can call this Instagram complete mentorship. Then we create this. And let's say we want to charge $2,997, give people a discount for getting both of these together. We can set the price right there. And then all we would do in here is connect these both up. So we give them course access, save, and we also give them community access as well. We can go down at the community, and perfect. We now have that set up, so they get access to all of these. So now that we have all of that set up, we have payment set up, we have our course set up, we have our community set up, and we have all of these different products, including a free ebook. We can now go through and we can now start building out our funnel or sales page. Now these are going to fall under the same area, because we don't usually want to just be sending people straight to a sales page, because most of the traffic that you are going to get, no matter how good your product is, just isn't going to convert. So the reason that a funnel is so effective, rather than just having a standard sales page, is we give something away for free, which is why I created this ebook. We get their email in return for the ebook, and then we send them to the sales page where we sell the product. That way, we get the person's email, even if they didn't buy, and then we can follow up with email marketing, and hopefully they will buy further down the line. To create a funnel, we just want to go up to funnels on this left-hand side. And then right here, we can create a funnel. So we just click into create a funnel. And in this area, we have a bunch of different funnels to choose from. So we have things like summit funnels, grow your list and build your following by running this funnel. This funnel is going to use curiosity to generate leads with a simple 2-page funnel. You can choose from one of these, like sell your products online. You can look at what they do and select them. But what I prefer to do is get more customization over this and start from scratch. In here, we will still be able to access templates, but we can just customize the funnel steps in a better way. So for the name of this funnel, I'm going to go ahead and call this Instagram growth mastery funnel, just like that. And then we can click on create. And in here, it's now going to load up all of our funnel steps. So we can add our first step right here by clicking on this button. And then from here, we want to add a new page to this funnel. So we click on this, and this is now going to bring us into this area where we have all of these different templates to choose from. Now, before you choose a template, it's important to realize that there are different categories of funnel pages. So this page right here is what we call an opt-in page. And this is where somebody clicks in and they can enter in their email. Whereas a thank you page is when somebody completes the entire funnel. And we basically just say, hey, thank you for purchasing, thank you for buying. We also have like sales pages where we are actively selling them something. So we have all of these different types of categories right here of funnels that we can create. But we always want to start off the funnel with an opt-in page where people can go through and enter in their email. So we can go through and we can choose from one of these templates. And what I would recommend as a beginner is you don't want to be messing around with this too much, because completely changing the design of a funnel, especially as a beginner, I wouldn't really recommend this. So make sure that you go through and choose a funnel step that is going to suit you. So as an example, I think this one looks fantastic, and I know that I don't need to make a lot of changes to this. So I can click on choose, and we can add this in. And then for the name, I'm going to go in, I'm just going to call this squeeze page right here. And then we can click on create page, and that is now going to load it. So to actually edit this, we just hover over and click on edit right here. And then we are going to be taken into the ClickFunnels editor, where we can actually make changes to this page. Now, as I said, the reason that we don't want to be messing around with this page too much and completely overhauling the entire design is because if we don't do that and we stick to the basics, the ClickFunnels editor is super easy. What I mean by this is drag and drop. So anything that I want to change here, for example, if I want to change the logo, all I do is click into this right here. And then over on this right-hand side, this is where I can make all of the changes. So as I want to upload a new image, I just go to the image URL right here. Then I can click on this. And then from the image gallery, I just upload my own image, or I can choose from one of these. So I can just choose this, for example. And as you can see, that image is now added in. Once again, on this right-hand side, I can change like the size and the position of this. I can change the image height and all of these other options. And just like this, if you make a mistake, like right now, I don't know the exact dimensions of this, right, to get this back. So if you do make a mistake, we can go up to undo in this top corner, and we can click undo until we have it back to the original. If I want to change the text right here, then once again, all I have to do is click on the text, and in here, I can make all of the changes that I want to make. So I'm just going to say free ebook. So I can type that in right there. And that is essentially the name of the game with this editor. We just click in to whatever we want to change. And if this is text, we can just click and drag and type something new in. If this is something else, like an image or one of these forms down here, then all of the changes are on the main control panel on this right-hand side. So as an example, if I click into this, you can see this main control panel is going to load up. And what I actually want to do is add the image of my ebook here. So I actually want to delete this. So I'm going to go down and click on delete. And as you can see, that is now going to be deleted. So then we can go up and add a new element. And I want to go to media and add in an image just like that. And then once again, I just click in, grab the image that I would like to upload, which is my ebook. And that's now going to be added in. Now I can see at the top here, we have too much of a top margin. So I'm just going to minimize this quite a lot and bring this down. Perfect. With this squeeze page, I would recommend keeping this as simple as possible. But if you do want to add in different elements and different sections, then what we can do is we can just go down here and you can see add row. So if I wanted to add something underneath, I just click on add row, and then I can choose what type of row I would like to add. So just to show you, this right here is two columns. You see how it has two different sides? Whereas if I go to add row right here and add one, everything is going to be in one area. So maybe in here, I want to add some social media links. I can go through and choose from any of these, but I'm just going to add some social media links into here. And then I can click in and I can change this. So icon picker. Actually, a better idea for this might be just to delete this row entirely. And instead go in and I want to add Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest. Then 3 columns is going to be best. And then I can just go in here and drag a column and drag an icon into each of these, just like that. And then all I'm now going to do is click in and choose the icon. So I can maybe choose like Instagram and we can go for this. Click in here, YouTube, just like that. And then this one, I don't know what I said, Facebook or Pinterest, we'll go for Pinterest either way. Perfect. Then I can go in and change the icon color for each of these. So if I wanted to set these all to white, just like this, then I can do that right here. And then going up, I actually want to delete this. We could go in and change these images and change the text, but I just want to delete this. And then if we click in this area right here, we can essentially choose the input. So right now, this is just asking for an email address, which I'm happy with. So I'm just going to go back and add an element underneath. And then once again, we can go with an input right here. We can add that in. And for this, I can click in and change this from email address to first name. And then maybe what I want to do is switch these around. So I'm just going to click and drag and switch the positions with these. And perfect. We now have all of this set up. So that is how we can edit the page right there. So we can go up and click on save right here. And that's now going to save that funnel step. Perfect. Now we can go back and continue to build out this funnel. So on this page, somebody just signed up and they got their free ebook. So from here, we want to go down and add a new funnel step. And we want to add in a sales page. So we can go to page right here. And then we can add in a sales page. And once again, we can choose from any of these options for the type of sales page we want to have. One important thing that I will mention here is you don't want to have completely contrasting and different steps to the funnel. All of this wants to be congruent. So because I have like a dark theme to this first page right here, I don't then want to go ahead and for the second page, choose something like this because it looks strange and it doesn't look congruent at all. So a page that I might select is this page right here. We can click on choose, and then I'm going to call this, let's call this video sales letter. And then we can create the page. And then once again, we can go in and edit this. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing you step by step everything on this page because it works in pretty much the same way. But once again, we would go up and we can change this logo right here. So once again, I will just plug my logo in. I can then go through and maybe I want to change the background right here. So I'll go to style guide and then corners and choose the darkest background right here. And then I can turn this off. And then this is going to be more congruent with that last page. Then once again, I can just go down. I can choose a title for this. I can click in and I can upload my video if this is a video sales letter. And then what I might also want to do is I'm going to go down and delete these sections right here. I don't think they look the best. But we could add all of this information. We could add a really long sales page. But just to show you an example of what we could do instead, and I think looks awesome, especially for the product that we have, is we can add a section right here, and then we can go for stacks. And then I want to go for 3 in this example because I have 3 different packages that I set up. Once again, we just go to the top and edit the images right here. But I could say that this is the Instagram Growth Mastery course. And then I can set the price to $1997. Then I can say that this is the complete mentorship. And then I can just say that this one is the community. And then we can set the prices right here. And then what we would do is right here where it says add to cart, we want to be sending people over to the sales page. So right here, if we click on button action, we want to send them to the next funnel step. What you could do is you could make this more confusing, and it's not what I'm going to do in this video. You could create 3 different checkout pages for these 3 different products. So if I just go back in and edit, we could create 1 checkout page for this, 1 checkout page for this, and 1 checkout page for this. And then if we did, we would just go here to button action, go to, and then we would have the custom link. So then you would grab the link for that specific page that you want to send them to, and you would plug that in here. But I'm just going to keep this simple, send everybody to the same checkout page. So instead, I'm just going to go here and I'm going to say redirect to next step. Then with this one, redirect to next step, redirect to next step. And all that is going to do is as soon as they click one of these buttons, it's just going to send them through to that checkout page. So we now have that in. Then we can create the checkout page right here. So we go in. This is an order page that we are going to be creating. So let's just choose this one as an example and we can create the page. And then once again, we just go through here, edit all of these images, the text, all of that. The one thing that I do want to show you is this section right here and how we set up this section in order to take payments and also be able to give people their product. So right now it says there are no products configured. We can click into here. And then what we want to do is we want to go down to product select right here. So we click in and then it says there is no product resource in this context. So we click on edit products right here. And then we want to go through and add the products. So I want to add, let's go for all of these. So we click that. Then we can select this product right here, add product, and select this one right here. Perfect. So we now have all of that in right there. You can also choose if you want people to be able to select multiple products at the same time. But for mine, I don't. This is perfect. I want people to be able to go through and choose the product that they want based off what they just saw on the sales page. So we have that in right there. We also then collect things like billing information, payment information, all of that good stuff. But you can go down and you can edit any of these elements if you would like to. Like we can go in and choose the buttons and what the buttons say. We can go to the contact form and we can edit all of this right here. But that is how we can set up that final page right there. Then what you might also want to do, this is not something you have to do, but I usually prefer to do this, is just add a thank you page at the end. It can be very, very simple, just one of these right here, basically telling people you've got access, check your email, wherever this course is, click through, whatever. We can set up the thank you page right there. So that is how we can set up a funnel. Once we have the funnel created and set up, we then want to click on the backspace right here. And as you can see, this is my funnel that I just created. But right now, this is in test mode. So all I have to do to actually turn this live and be able to send people to this page and drive traffic is to click right here. And we just want to go through and flick this to live mode. Also, if you connected up a professional domain earlier, you can click on this drop-down menu and select your domain. And this should be your professional domain. And then we can click on update. And then you can send people to, for example, geforcenorth.com, whatever your domain is, and they will be taken over to this funnel. Then the final thing that we are going to talk about in this ClickFunnels tutorial is email marketing and how you can set this up to send out emails on autopilot. To do this, we once again go down to the apps area and click on add an app. And then right at the top here, we can see email. So just go ahead and select this. And then from here, we can click configure marketing settings. So you just go through and enter in your address and then click on save. And once that is set up, we can then click on add app, and it's then going to ask us to create a broadcast. So we can just call this test, and in here, we can now go through and start setting up this email. So actually, instead of calling this test, I'm just going to say, for example, your free ebook, and we can set this up as the email that people are going to get containing their ebook. Then we can go to design email right here, and we have a few different templates that we can choose from. So usually these ones right here are going to be more for e-commerce. If you're selling a product, you want this more branded and to look awesome like this. And once again, when we go in and edit these, it's just drag and drop. Swap the images out, change the text, everything like that. But I'm just going to go for a blank template. We can select that right there. And then we can build out this email. So we can start off with a title right at the top and say that this is your free ebook, just like that. Then we can click back into content and we can add like a paragraph right here. And then we can start typing out whatever we want to type out. Just do the email. And then I can say, click the button below to access your ebook, just like that. And then we can go back to content, add in the button, just drag this in and say your ebook. And then I can grab a link for that ebook and drop that in right there. So we can do a lot more with this, but you get the idea of how we drag things in. I don't want to waste your time. We can basically create the email and then click on publish and exit. Then we go down to send to. We can edit the audience and choose who we want to send this email to from our email list. Then we can choose the from email and reply to email. From email is obviously your email that the person will be receiving this from. And then reply to is what email is this going to go to if the person replies. So we set that up, and then we can go down to the subject line. We can type this out, or we can use AI. Let's just choose this. Okay, perfect. Then we can choose the pre-header as well. So the subject is the first thing that they will see in their email inbox. Pre-header is like underneath this. So it's still pretty important. We can just add that in right there. And then we can either send this immediately and send this right now, or we can schedule this for later. So if you want to set up an email marketing autoresponder, then you can do this by setting this later. So what I could do is I could set this to today at 5 p.m. Okay, that's when I'm going to send this email out. And then I can go schedule broadcast. Then we schedule this out, and now that is going to be sent out tomorrow. So I don't have to worry about that. That is just automatically going to be sent out now. And then I could go back into my email, create a new broadcast, and we'll call this like email 2, create broadcast. Then I can set the email up right there, go through and fill all of this in. And then once again, set this to later, set this to the day after at 5 p.m. and schedule. And that is how we can set this up and set up like an automation sequence inside of ClickFunnels. With that being said, I don't think the ClickFunnels email marketing tool is the best. We can't really do much with this in terms of adding tags and getting very specific with the email automation. And a better tool that I would recommend for this, if you are going to do email marketing, is going to be MailerLite. So what I will do, if this sounds like something you might be interested in, going more in depth with your email marketing, I will leave a link to a video that I created showing you exactly how to use MailerLite. But with that being said, that is essentially everything that you need to know in order to use ClickFunnels, create courses, create communities, create funnels, and send your emails. So that is my complete ClickFunnels tutorial. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.